Hey gang, Lordran here. Welcome on back to the Retrocade as we are carrying on with our first time playthrough of Dark Souls Remastered as bonus content for the channel to celebrate our hitting 200 episodes a couple of weeks ago. Now, I said at the end of the last episode that we were going to start in the location of where we were going to go next. It was either going to be the New Londo Ruins, the Demon Ruins, or near what was called Sen's Fortress over in the Undead Parish where the blacksmith is. And as you can see, we are in neither of those places. We are conveniently at Firelink Shrine, and there's a reason why I wanted to start here. It's because at the end of the last episode, I also discovered that we have a guest. This guy. And I did some research on it, and I found out that I'm now at a point where I could potentially trigger one of the endings of the game if I go and talk to him. He is one of the two primordial serpents in this game, and his name is Kingseeker Frompt. There was another big ugly beastie who looks just like him called Darkstalker Kaith. He will come later on, and if I want to get the ending where I can essentially carry on and succeed Gwyn as the Lord of Fire, I can talk to Frompt. If I want to usurp Gwyn and become the Lord of Dark, I can go talk to Kaith. It genuinely is a coin flip as far as I understand. There's no real rhyme or reason why you would choose one or the other. It's purely a personal preference. And because this game is called Dark Souls, I figure why not play this all the way out? And I want to be the Lord of Dark, so I'm not going to talk to Frompt right now. What I'm going to do is I will wait and I will talk to Kaith. And once I have talked to him, then that will trigger a potential ending for the game.
Oh, hello.
Now this is the guy we rescued from the Lower Burg. And he's the mage, but I can't get anything from him. Now that we've rung the bells, I've also gone and talked with this guy who was the knight, the chainmail wearing guy who was camped out here. We exhausted his dialogue and now he has disappeared. Our pyromancer is also still sitting here, by the way. If I wanted to take up pyromancy...
Why? Tell me about it. Why, yes, of course. Thank you for sharing. I'm still an able pyro. I mean, you're dead. Once.
And if we want to purchase anything from him, we could, but we don't have the means by which... One, we don't have the souls, and two, as I said from the outset, I'm not much of a magic user, so I have no real desire to use pyromancy. And there was something else that I discovered that we have over here, is the guy that we ran into on our way down into Blighttown is now... Let me dispatch this guy real quick. Over there. So I want to go have a word with him really quick and see what he's got. But I also don't want to get blasted with firebombs. Would you guys quit hopscotching on me? Really? Jerks. Take you both out just as an example. So now, again, I gotta run and jump. And then I hate this whole idea of weaving my way around this side. And then go talk to him.
Aye, Shemai. I didn't expect to meet anybody. I suppose great minds think alike, eh?
So I can get gold pine resin from him if I want. I could have bought the master key if I didn't get that as my initial gift for 5,000. And now he sells crystal stuff, which now that I have a Black Knight sword, I don't have any need for. Having arrows is nice. And one thing I will get to in a minute. I should... Yeah, I'll pick up some more. Like, make it even 150 to go. And then he has his own armor that he will sell. I don't think there's anything... There doesn't look to be anything super special about it, but...
Thank you. That was a fine trade. I have this funny feeling we'll meet again soon.
So, I also figured out which way we are going to go next, and we are eventually going to get over to Sen's Fortress. But before we do, there is one thing that we neglected to take care of back when we had the chance to do it. And that was when we went and fought Havel, and we opened up the pathway down to the Dark Root Basin. We found those big crystal golems down there, and of course, there's a Hydra in that lake. Well, we never took it out. So, now that I have a +3 Black Knight sword, because I did go ahead and upgrade it while I had the chance. The other thing I'm going to do is I also went and bought 100 poison arrows, because in doing my homework on this and going back and rewatching some of Fighting Cowboys videos, you need to have poison arrows in order to get through Sen's Fortress. It's going to be critical that we have those. And also, this will give me a chance, if I can take out the Hydra, which will take a little bit of backtracking to get over there. But not too much. Come on, Boulder Knight. Yeah, you try and parry me again. That's not going to end well for you. Or you. Or you. Pick up Titanite Shard. Now, all we have to do is get back to the tower where we have the door that went down to Havel. We could have gone past the blacksmith and through the garden and into the basin that way, but I mean, it's genuinely 6 in one, half dozen in the other. And I can pick up some quick souls along the route this way. These guys really can't beat me up all that much. And since I was coming from the Undead Parish, I didn't have to worry about the Drake showing up. I have those 2 archers up top, but I should be able to get to the doorway before they open fire and hit me. Like so. And now we just matriculate down the stairs. Now, I did also upgrade the longbow a little bit. I think I put it at +3. I mean, it's not going to do a ton of damage, but, I mean, it's better than nothing. So, we'll come down here to where good old Havel was. And now we're back in the Dark Root Basin. And you'll remember, we have 4 blue crystal golems to deal with first, before we get to the Hydra. And the reason why we didn't fight the Hydra is, 1, I have a suspicion that we were not nearly at the level that we could really deal with it. And 2, we needed to have the rusted iron ring to be able to get out into an area where we can hit it. Ow. Watch out, they spit. Now these water blasts that come out from the Hydra, if we're lucky, if they hit the golems, they will do damage to the golems. Now I just got to get this last one to come at me. Come on, come at me, bro. That's it. Ow. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to put on the rusted iron ring. Because like it was down in the swamp, this ring will let me be able to move as normal through the water. Now, also in going back and watching the videos on this, I found out that you have to be very careful in how you approach this Hydra. That if you try and go too far out to meet it, there's like a ledge under the water that you can slip into and you will immediately drown and die. Ow. Good God, you're a big ugly thing. Ow, and I didn't mean to jump into that. Oh, I gotta get up and get some Estus, get some Estus, get some Estus. You gotta get down to the water line. And now they'll come at you. And like any other mythological creature, what you gotta do is you gotta take its heads off. And luckily, having a +3 Black Knight sword is gonna hopefully make this a little easier. That's 2. Don't spit at me. And I whiffed. That's 3 down. 4 to go. If I saw it right, I think it's at about half life. Took another head off. Come over here. Alright, I gotta get it to come over this way because I can't hit it with those heads sticking in the wall. Got rid of that one. 2 to go. No more water loogies. Where's this one go? There's one left. And this is always the hard one to get. So, what I understand we do at this point is switch over to a bow. At this point, this thing can't really hit me from where I'm standing. And I mean, it's almost dead. There we go. We have conquered a Hydra. We got a dragon scale and a dust crown ring. And we picked up a hefty chunk of souls for that. And while we were down here, we picked up the knight's armor set, which was sitting right here. It was on this guy. But now before we go, I understand that there is a secret that is back around this way. And now that we've taken the Hydra out, we can go around here. We won't drown. And now we just got to come over this way. And how much time do we have? About 15 minutes. Well, I thought there was a secret over here, but apparently not. I'm gonna have to come back and check that. Alright, but now that that's done, and we've got 8,000 souls at our disposal. A nice shiny water, and a really big ladder. What is up that ladder? Well, I'm not going to worry about whatever's up that ladder at the moment, because I know where I gotta go next. We gotta get to Sen's Fortress, and we gotta get that done. So, I got 15 minutes to do that, and again, this episode might run a little long, depending on what we need to do. Because really what we've got to be able to do is we've got to get to the top of Sen's Fortress. Once we get up there, there is one bonfire in the whole thing. And I don't want to take too long getting through it. And I also need to do one quick stop at the blacksmith's really fast to get my longbow up to level 3. Oh, please. But I will take the Titanite shard quite gladly. Run away from the snipers. I'm just glad the heads on that Hydra didn't grow back. Here comes Fireboy. I mean, I got a little singed, but that could have been... That's... honestly, compared to what I had to deal with before, that was nothing. Which does make me wonder if I'm at the stage where I might be able to take this Drake out. I might wait until we get through... I should wait till we get through Sen's Fortress to deal with that. Off me, rat. Not gonna let you follow me. You just... Oh, I got 2 in the head. Alright. I've stanced it till I can stanz no more. Ooh, another boulder side sword. Or what I might do is, once we get situated with the smith, now that I think about it, we might stop at the bonfire for right now and then dedicate a whole episode next time to just plowing through Sen's Fortress. I think we'll do that. Because I don't know how long it's going to take to get to wherever that bonfire is. But I've also understood that Sen's Fortress along with Blighttown, if you go back to back on them, they're pretty much the most annoying part of the game.
Well, I don't use it. Need any?
And if you agree with me, or even if you disagree with me, leave me a comment. Leave me a note in the comments below, I should say, and let me know what your experiences with it have been if you have played Dark Souls and you've gotten to this point. I should purchase a couple of. I'll make it 6. Reinforced weapon. And I should remember I have the butcher knife, by the way. But I'm not going to worry about that for the moment. I need 1 more to make you a +5. So I will get 1 more. Alright, so I've got that at +4. Or +5 now, I should say. And I could, well, if I had a large Titanite shard, I could make it +6, but I think it'll be okay for right now. And I'll have him repair my gear for a second.
Don't get yourself killed.
And while I think about it, no, I don't want to go hollow either. Whoops. Take the rusted iron ring off, put the chloranthy ring back on. Okay. So, let's see where we're at on time. Yeah, 25 minutes should be. Again, wanting to keep it under half an hour or close to it as I can without going over. Price is Right rules. But that we were able to go down and take out the Hydra was nice. You know, we've got a good amount of souls at this point to work with. We've upgraded the bow. We've gotten the poison arrows that we're going to need for Sen's Fortress. We've gotten more regular arrows that we're going to need. And I think now we should be in as good a position to get through this as hopefully we can be. So that is where we will head in the next episode, is into yonder building of woe and see if we can make it through there. So I hope you've been enjoying the playthrough so far. It's still been a lot of fun to get through this game. I am understanding more and more why this game is so popular. I also understand why it's so frustrating. Is it a perfect game? No. But to my mind at this stage, it definitely has more going for it than it has against it. And from what I understand, Dark Souls 2 was too much of a deviation from what this game was. and because I don't think Miyazaki was involved in Dark Souls 2. Correct me if I'm wrong on that in the comments. But Dark Souls 3 is genuinely considered like the best mechanics-wise in the series. Whether or not I ever get that far to play it, we'll see. I got to get through this game first. But I am standing by my theory that once you get used to everything and once you start building your character up, and if you're lucky enough, especially in my case, to get a weapon like this, you find you've got a hell of a sweet spot as far as being able to dish out damage, being able to take damage, being able to move, and as long as you're staying on top of your stats and bearing in mind what it is you're about to walk into, then really you've got the means by which to take down pretty much everything. So, yeah, like I said, we'll leave it here for right now. If you've been enjoying the content, as always, best way to show it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, ring the bell to be notified of the latest content. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Threads, both our social media outlets, at Ronin's Retrocade. Help spread the word about us. We are almost to our goal of 100 subscribers, which has been so great to see. We are on the doorstep of 90 now, and I'm hoping if before the end of the year we can hit 100, that'd be fantastic. And I will have to find something else for bonus content to do to commemorate that. And, you know, if you have an idea of something you'd like to see, by all means, let me know down in the comments or drop me a line on social media. And, as always, if there's a game you would like to see us feature, from the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo, the Sega Master System, Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, SNK Neo-Geo, Nintendo 64, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2, leave it in the comments below or drop me a line. It can be any game from those consoles that you want. My name is Ron. It's been great to spend this time with you. Be safe, be well, happy gaming, and we'll talk to you again as we prepare to storm Sen's Fortress. Bye.